You are listening to the FitFarm podcast, the place for all things fitness, grappling, and martial arts. I'm your host, Joseph Aronson.
And I'm Jackie Baker. It's time to get jacked.
What's up, everybody? I am here today with Mickey Zeng, the owner and co-founder of PVC Prep Meal Service. How you doing, Mickey?
Pretty good.
Good. So if we could, man, just for anybody that's unfamiliar with who you are, can we get a quick background about you, kind of, your upbringing, what got you into this whole fitness journey and everything?
So the first thing I'm gonna say is that I'm Asian because none of you guys can see me, so that's the first impression everyone gets from me. But
okay.
My parents own the Great Wall restaurant.
Really?
So I was born, kind of raised in the restaurant lifestyle. Graduated from Auburn High School, graduated from Rockford University. Now I own my own meal prep service.
Nice, dude. So now, have you always been in, as far as like fitness and sports, have you always been involved in something or?
Yeah, so I started out playing soccer when I was like 3 or 4 years old.
Was it AYSO?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I swear everybody from around here plays, right?
Yeah, everybody
I played for
plays.
like 6-7 years.
I mean, it's the biggest thing because
Yeah.
like we have those two sports complexes.
Yeah, it's like you play it until you have a choice to not play it
Right,
anymore,
exactly.
right? You're like, I don't want to play anymore, and your parents can't make you, and then you finally get to stop. But
Mhm.
otherwise, you're playing it.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Yeah, and I mean, it's good for the young age too. You get really active.
Oh, you get running around.
Yeah, you get running around and everything, and especially with like child obesity and stuff nowadays, like it's important to get them going at a young age. So I'm glad my parents did for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, always an active guy. Kind of played soccer up until like middle school and kind of just fell off soccer. And then I liked basketball a lot just because like it was more fun to watch basketball on TV. So I was like, oh, I'll play some more basketball. And
Yeah. So you
get
like
into
stopped
basketball.
playing balls with your feet and you started playing balls with your
Yeah,
hands.
yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah,
so-
you could say it like that, I guess.
Yeah.
if
So
you
I mean,
wanna
was
be.
it like, were you always interested in basketball too, or was it like just one day you're like, all right, I don't like soccer anymore, now I'm going to basketball?
Well, I think I like just like being active, so I do both at one
okay.
point, and then for the most part did both, and then eventually fell off soccer. So then I played basketball and then ran some track too, and yeah, I was in all of the sprinting sports, I guess,
Can you dunk?
fast-paced sports. No, unfortunately.
Okay.
Being short and Asian, it doesn't help with.
Yo,
with the
throw me on an
hops.
8-foot hoop, dude. I
Yeah.
will dunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 8 foot, I got you.
Or a
but-
trampoline.
Yeah, yeah. Or
Did you ever do that
trampoline.
when you were a kid? Get a little, like one of those little mini trampolines out and dunk, or no?
No, we never. Well, I guess we did have a mini trampoline, but we never used it for that. For some
Oh,
reason.
dude, you
Yeah.
missing out.
Well, the one dangerous thing I did was like hit a ramp on my bike one time and flipped, and I like the bike landed on me, and I couldn't like breathe for a second, like lost my wind and everything. That was like one of the dangerous moments that I had as a childhood.
Yeah, rough and tumble kid. So now, did you? I mean, what got you into like the weightlifting part? 'Cause now you're serious about lifting. I see you at peak all the
Yeah,
time. Getting it in.
I don't know. I mean, kind of. I guess Taekwondo at a young age kind of did start it because they had us like doing a lot of like push-ups and sit-ups and all of that stuff, and I liked it a lot. And starting at like in 5th grade doing push-ups and going all the way to like 8th grade, 9th grade doing like 100 push-ups a day. Like I started to develop like muscle tone and kind of get interested in like, oh, this is what exercise does for you, is like
Yeah.
build your body and everything like that. So in 8th grade, I was like, got really interested and started doing all of the bigger exercises, stuff that I probably didn't know what the hell I
Yeah,
was doing.
everybody did them wrong, but
Did
you're
them
doing
wrong, but I was doing them. So
Yeah.
and so like starting 8th grade, kind of got into that, and just all through high school, just getting into like lifting weights and stuff. And
Yeah,
here I
you
am
do it for the
today.
chicks.
Probably not initially, but
That's what kept you going.
as I got older, yeah, it's like this is important for me to be able to actually find someone someday.
Yeah,
So.
you got to stay. I mean, now it's just important to be healthy.
No, yeah,
in general, right?
definitely. Yeah, it's a great lifestyle to have, and I mean, exercise doesn't have to be in the form of weightlifting. Find it however you want to do it, but like it's good to get out there and doing something that you like doing
Yeah.
actively.
Yeah,
So-
just do something,
Yeah,
right? Move,
exactly.
get moving around. I mean, did you have any like major influences or role models that like were like, man, I want to look like that person, so or like Bruce Lee or had a cracking Asian one? No,
Yeah,
Or-
no,
or-
I love Asian jokes. So
No,
go
okay.
go. One in particular, I did like go through a Bruce Lee phase, like not
See?
not even lying, like through a little bit of my early high school time, where I was like, man, I'm gonna be ripped like Bruce Lee, and I grew out my hair like Bruce Lee's,
Oh,
and it was
nice.
pretty awesome, but then too many stereotypes, so I was like, I
Yeah,
gotta phase out of
you
this,
get
and
made fun of at
yeah,
school, right?
exactly, so
Little
gotta
Bruce Lee looking ass
yeah,
right there,
exactly,
right?
right, exactly.
Right. Now, I mean, you started working out in high school, you said, right? I
Hmm.
mean, basically like freshman year or something.
Yeah.
And you were working this whole time too, right? While you're going to school? I mean,
Yeah, I work in my parents' restaurant a lot at a younger age. Started my first job at GFS when I was 16, and so once I could drive, I mean, I was able to find a job, and then ever since then, I just like had a series of like part-time jobs. Actually, up until like this last like few months here, I would have like 2 or 3 part-time jobs that I would work at, and one of them happened to be Peak just because it was like right next to the restaurant. So
yeah.
that was kind of how I got more acquainted with like the fitness industry
Yeah,
and
that's where
all
we
that
met.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, definitely.
I mean, that's something that I think a lot of people miss too. That's been probably ingrained in you since you were a kid is a good work ethic, right?
Yeah, I mean, to some extent, yeah, like physical work, manual labor, all that stuff. Like my dad was always into like learning how to fix things and all that stuff. But I mean, my parents did try to enforce school and everything like that in me, but it never stuck with me for some reason. Up until college is when actually like wasn't doing well in school, you know. So college, I kind of turned it around and ended up, which is a tribute to you can decide to change your life at any time. So
Mm-hmm.
anyone out there, you know, you can do anything. Just
Yep.
put your mind to it.
At any age. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, but that's something I think that's I don't know if it's more in like the Asian culture, you know, if
Hmm.
as far as like working hard and a strict work ethic, or maybe not. But it seems like if you started working at a young age, maybe it's something that's ingrained in you. You're probably not afraid of hard work, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of cultural things that
cultural. Yeah.
yeah, cultural things that like comes with being Asian, which I'm not trying to like create any divide or anything like that, but like I think there's a lot of things that like Western world can learn from Eastern world, and probably a lot of things that Eastern world can learn from Western world, but
Yeah.
specifically in America, I think a lot of people have lost that work ethic, and
Oh yeah.
that seems to be a huge problem too. Like, and that's like it's like it's exponential growth too, and it affects like future way more than people think. Like people don't think 10, 20 years down the future like your education is going to mean that much,
Yeah.
but
You keep taking
yeah,
shortcuts and keep taking shortcuts.
exactly.
There's,
it
you know, yeah.
it sucks. I mean, like the way they keep dumbing down like education, it seems like
Oh yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of problems could be solved if the education was better in America, you know, and
Yep.
instilling hard work at a young age and doing
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Not saying that education is going to save you by any means, but I mean, just knowing how to
It
work
can't
and
hurt, right?
yeah, exactly.
I mean, being smarter is never
Yeah.
usually a bad thing.
And there's various forms of education. Like it's not just school. I mean, you can look like, especially nowadays, you can look stuff up on your phone that you like,
Oh
watch
man, yeah.
videos, yeah, or just learning by doing, you know, going out there and fixing your faucet or
Your
putting together.
car or
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah.
exactly, right, exactly. So,
Dr. Google, man, or
yeah,
YouTube,
so,
how to
but
fix something.
people have just lost interest in educating themselves and learning how to do things for themselves. So,
Yeah,
I
yeah. A
think
lot of
that's a
people,
huge
yeah.
thing.
You said that's lazy or
Mhm.
whatever it is. Yeah. So going back, talking about, you're working at Peak and working, you're going to school, helping your parents at their restaurant too. How did you like? How did you make it a point to stay active with such a busy schedule?
I mean, we've always kind of like been interested in like health and things that could be healthy for you. Like my mom's always like, "Oh, this is good for you because whatever." And
yeah, yeah.
my
She always
dad,
has a little
yeah,
tidbit when I come
right,
in too. Yeah, you can
exactly.
do this. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, exactly, right. Yeah, you know my mom. So like we've kind of always kind of been in that like interested in things that are healthy for you, but I just you gotta put some importance on your health. I mean, you can't just
Just make it a
completely,
priority, pretty
yeah,
much,
make it
right?
a priority. You can't disregard it by any means. And I mean, at a younger age too, like um probably had more time to get interested in it at a younger age. So I think again, like getting interested at a younger age kind of shows you the importance of what being healthy is.
Yeah, I think that's big too. If you're, if your parents are into that, it kind of
Hmm.
funnels down to you, right?
Yeah.
And I feel bad. There's a lot of people out there with parents that are kind of misguided or
Hmm.
just they don't understand what's healthy though and what's not, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They just assume you get some food that's in a box and
Mhm.
it's food, but it's really not even food. It's something that was made
Yeah.
in a lab. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
just it was manufactured to look and smell and taste like food, but
Mhm.
it's not. And you know, there's so much misinformation out there, and
Right.
I think that with the way technology's going nowadays, I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but this is something that bothers me. The way technology's going, it's making it easier and easier to find the information, you know, like the
Yeah.
good
Mhm.
information. So, you know, before, like our parents back in their day, they would just have to trust whatever their parents say. You can't double check it, you can't fact
Exactly.
check
Yeah.
it. Like nowadays, there's no excuse, dude. If someone tells you something and you don't believe it or you're not sure of it, grab that smartphone or, you know,
Mhm.
go on the internet somewhere at the library or
Find a
wherever. And
reliable source, and yeah, just
yeah, you can find out, you can learn almost anything now.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of why like you're starting to see even in Rockford, which is like like Rockford has not ever been known to be like a healthy city or anything
Or
like
yeah,
that.
not ahead of the
But
curve
even
by any
in
means.
Rockford, like we seem to be hitting this like health movement where like everyone's more self-conscious about what they're eating and how they look and things that they can do. Like it's not just I am like it's not a disease anymore. It's not like
Hmm.
I'm just like this because I'm like this. It's I can actually do something about this now.
Yeah, people
But
are starting to realize they can.
but crazy, and I don't mean to jump ahead to the PVC stuff, but like crazy to think about. Like a lot of people, they tell me like, oh, I was raised on burgers and fries, or I was raised on just meat and potatoes, so I don't know like what does it mean to eat healthy, like what does it mean to track calories, track macros, and all
Hmm.
that stuff. So I mean, most people don't know this information, but like you said, it's easy to find out nowadays. So we live in a pretty fortunate era for this type of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about actually PVC prep. I was curious, what got you started on that, or what made you want to do that?
Well, yeah, I guess like we talked about, always kind of was active guy, kind of interested in the fitness industry, and then getting into like working at Peak, like just kind of like got to meet a bunch of people and found out that I actually like talking about and learning about like nutrition and exercise science and all that stuff, even though I'm not, going to school to be a nutritionist or
Yeah,
exercise
right.
science guy, but I mean, I just was interested in it, so I figured, hey, it's pretty cool, and my parents own a restaurant, so
It's
I
kind of an
always,
open market,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly. So my parents own a restaurant. I guess that's the other half, and just having the tools that I needed to do the food part, and now understanding a lot of the nutrition stuff just from mentors and stuff like that. Like I figured
Hmm.
I could at least put some of those tools to good use, and
Yeah, and you've got the connections now too, as far as like
hmm
people that you meet through the
yeah,
gym,
and
the
and that's
fitness
the
world.
whole thing too. Is I don't think if I hadn't developed the network like through you guys, like you, Josh, Mike, all those people, like if I hadn't developed a network of people like that, I was able to like actually like know that they would be buying meals for me,
Yeah, right.
that I probably wouldn't have ever started it to begin with, So
How does it work for like new recipes? Like, do you take into consideration people's suggestions too,
yeah, a
or
lot of people have given me suggestions. I think I've gotten suggestions from Josh and Mike and you, and I think I've listened to a few of my customers too, and just kind of like seeing what are some of the other places doing, like the places out in New York and LA and all those stuff, and seeing what are they doing to kind of change the game a little bit. So
hmm
I mean, really, what it is it's just trying and doing. So
trial and error,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
trial and error. So what am I gonna try today? Does it work? I had the chili bowl out for a while, and that ended up not being too great, too awesome as far as like sales go. Even though I liked it, but a bunch of other people might like it, and that's
Hmm.
that's kind of the thing is being open to opinions and suggestions from other people is huge.
Yeah, and you have to find something that is obviously fits your goal, which is to
Right.
be at least somewhat healthy and not
Hmm.
not bad food. It has to be either good cold or good reheated,
Yeah.
because not everything tastes good
No,
reheated.
definitely.
So I mean, you've got a lot of boxes you have to check too. You
Right.
can't just like say, hey, I get fresh T-bone steaks. That I'm
Yeah, exactly.
and it has to be cost efficient too. You can't be like giving out crazy deep fried shrimp rolls or something like what
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
or
yeah,
something that's
exactly.
like ridiculously expensive. No
Yeah,
one's gonna pay $15 for one. You
right.
know.
And another thing too is that like a lot of people don't think about the time too. So the time it takes to make something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like if if I'm gonna be spending like X amount of time and that's more time than another meal, I might you have to charge more for that. So
Yep.
is that cost efficient too? It's probably not as cost efficient as the other thing that I can make in 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes
And
versus
then
this
and
thing
then
that I
there's
have to make
certain
in like a
ingredients
few
that,
hours.
yeah, certain
Yeah.
ingredients don't last as long or go bad faster.
Mhm.
Certain things, and yeah, I
Yeah,
imagine,
exactly.
yeah, it's a headache for sure. And then
It
you got
can
someone
be.
that's bought one thing from you who says you need to do this, this, and this. You're like, I can't, I can only listen to so much because
Yeah.
like, I got my guy over here that buys 10 a week. I got to
Yeah,
listen to
yeah.
him first.
Right,
So
exactly.
there's that.
Yeah. So I have a especially like the consistent customers, I make sure to throw them that free sample before I even release a meal.
Yeah,
Let them taste it and tell me how they like it, you know?
get the
And
feedback.
that's usually how I've been getting good feedback from is like they'll be like, "Oh, sweet dude, I like that." And then like they'll order like I mean, I'll know they like it because they order like 5 or 10 of them the
Yeah,
next
yeah.
time, you know, or something
You,
like that.
that's how
But
you can tell if they really
yeah,
like it.
but
Like, I
but
liked it, but I'm not gonna order it.
yeah, I liked it, but then they don't order any of it. Then I'm like, oh, okay, they was just being nice, so then they're
Yeah,
not gonna order it.
that's funny. No,
But
is that what happened with the most recent? Sorry, dude. What was that? The pulled chicken,
oh
right? Or
yeah, the
no?
pulled chicken, yeah. So most people ended up ordering more of those after I got it. So or after I released it. So I was like, okay, well this must be a pretty decent one, and everyone was kind of telling me that they liked it. So I was like, yeah, this must be a decent one. But then that chili, everyone's like, oh yeah, I like the chili, and then no one ever ordered the chili after
Right?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like sitting here with like
Extra chili.
yeah, like week old chili that I had to throw away because no one ordered it. So
Yeah,
it's
that's
like,
another thing
yeah,
people need to take into account is stuff that you can't keep. It's
yeah,
spoiled. You gotta throw
exactly.
it out, and that's
Mhm.
money you spent, on it.
Yeah,
So there's probably a lot of stuff going into that people don't see, I
yeah,
imagine.
yeah.
Um, okay, you want to switch it up here? I kind of wanted to talk about some of your experiences working at Peak Fitness because I worked there too,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of stuff you see that's
Yeah.
interesting, or you feel like you learn something new every day there, right?
Yeah, you learn how not to do something every day.
Yeah.
There it's well, it's just interesting the things that people try to do. I don't know. I find it hilarious. Like I was telling you earlier, like the CrossFit abs thing.
Yeah.
Like I just some of that stuff, like, cause I have lower back problems from just doing stuff wrong when I was a younger age. So like
Yeah.
seeing some of that stuff, I'm like, dude, that would completely destroy my back. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like it would just destroy it. So I was like, looking at a lot of the ways like people do stuff. I'm just like, I don't know how, and that's just from like getting good education from like mentors and stuff like that. So that's one of the biggest things, like finding a reliable mentor that you can kind of like trust, that you know has done their homework.
Mm-hmm.
Because not everyone's gonna be able to like say like that they went to school for exercise science and they know how to do every move completely right, but like knowing that you have somebody there that can tell you, well, don't do what he's doing because like that's bad. Like you save yourself so much time and like you don't even have to know why it's bad or what's going
Yeah.
on with it, but you just know that that guy knows what he's talking about. So you
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so
the
yeah.
thing. I think people don't like they underestimate the power of like getting like a trainer or a mentor, even if it's just for like a brief time,
Mhm.
just to learn what not to do. You don't
Yeah.
need to like learn every single program design and what to eat or what to do, how to phase your program, all that stuff. Maybe you just need to learn what to do to not get hurt, because if you're hurt, you're definitely not working out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
it,
And the thing is like, especially with finding like trainer and stuff like that, is that if you're first entering the game, like you every person is different. So having that person that can tell you what's right for you specifically, like that's a game changer right there. And that'll
mhm.
because what might be right for this, 6'4", 250 pound guy might be not right for this 5'9" Asian
Right.
180 pound guy, you know?
Right, or
You
the
know what I'm
dude
saying?
that's one
So
dude's trying to bulk up and
yeah,
gain weight, one dude's trying to lose
right,
weight.
exactly. And that's the same thing, the same type of principles that I want to apply to PVC is like what might be right for one person might not be right for another person.
Yeah,
So I'm trying to give you the tools to choose what's right for you.
yeah,
So
yeah.
giving people more options is like what I'm trying to do right now. And I think I'm gonna start like trying to do like a 4, 6, 8 ounce option for the meals
Oh
that are
yeah,
like
there you go.
the protein, veggies, and carbs, the three compartment trade one.
By the way,
Because
that's what PVC stands for: proteins,
protein,
veggies,
veggies, and
carbs. I don't
carbs.
think we said that.
No.
So
Yeah, we
yeah,
should probably add that in there. But
yeah,
yeah, so yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to do is give people the options to do what they want to do, what's right for them. Find a nutritionist, ask them what do you need to do. Find a
yeah.
dietitian, ask them what you need to do.
Yeah, because that's the thing. You're not
Yeah.
a dietitian. You're the chef.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
the guy that makes the menus. You're the guy that does all the deliveries. You can only be so many things. Right?
Exactly,
I
right.
can't be everything.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I could be so many
Yeah,
things. It would
right.
make my life and everyone else's life easier, but I can't do all of it. So,
Yeah.
it's finding that, and then you might know what's right for you, counting your calories, knowing how many calories you need a day, then that's perfect. Then,
Yep.
if my meals fit in there, then perfect. If they don't, then I'm not sweating it either. It's
Yeah.
everyone's got their own thing. So,
That's where the sizes will come in.
yeah.
As far as 4, 6, and 8. I mean, right now on average, what are you doing? Like 8 ounces generally
8 ounces. It's all of the
on protein.
it's the bowls that kind of get shaky on how much protein is put in there. Just because like we don't measure out every single portion, we just make a whole bunch and then we know how much it should look like.
Mm-hmm.
But with the other set of meals where you get to pick the seasoning, the veggie, the carb, and everything, those meals they're almost always 8 ounce of meat before you cook it, and then
Yeah.
you know so it's a good amount of food.
Yeah. Yeah. That's easy for people that are gonna track. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because if especially like if you get to that point, I don't know if you're gonna be doing that eventually, just doing like a macro count type thing. We're saying
Yeah.
like off the air, we are saying that. Like I mean, not you don't have to do it right away, but if you get to that one day, then people that track can say, okay,
Mhm.
there's 35 grams of protein, 32 carbs and this much fat or something in here. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like it might might make it easier for that too. So yeah, that'll be awesome.
Mhm.
You get that dialed in. But yeah, 8 ounces of protein's a real good amount actually. So that's good. And usually a cup of rice or something you do.
Yeah,
Or
it's a cup of rice and a cup of veggies.
yeah, so that's good. That's a good balanced. What would you say? Good macronutrient balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, do you have any other stories about working at the gym that you've seen happening around there besides the glute ham raise ab?
No, I
Ab
think
crunches.
the main thing that like especially you guys try and focus on, right, is like if you don't know what you're talking about, don't try and give advice,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
so do what you think is right, but like don't try and tell someone else to do that because you might be hurting them or like leading them down the
Mhm.
wrong path and it might be just bad, right?
Setting them up for
Yeah,
failure.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
you never know. That person could tell 10 more
Yeah,
people the same
exactly. Right,
crappy.
exactly. And even if like just because you look like a bodybuilder or that like look big to your friends, like they might be look at you in a certain way like you know what you're talking about. So don't try and play it off like you're some
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I
like
see that a lot. I see
yeah.
it a lot at the gym.
Well, I mean, and some people they might have had a lot of training and stuff and they have been doing something that works for them, but that doesn't mean it works like we said, doesn't mean it works for
Doesn't yeah.
everybody.
We're all
So,
different,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Mhm. So
You see any bars drop at anyone's throats or anything there? Or no?
yeah, there was that story I was talking to you about.
Yeah, what
Um,
happened with that?
So there's this dude who was lifting a good amount of weight for it was like that curved incline bench.
Oh, the Perillo, I think
Yeah,
they call it,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah. So he was lifting a good amount of weight on that, and I think that somebody just forgot to clamp one side, so it tilted over a little bit, and it it just like was enough tilt to like get him off balance, but not enough tilt to like knock all the weights off. So like he was like just struggling there, and it was like on his neck for a couple seconds. So I was like, oh my god! So I went up and hurry up but I mean I think he had just wasn't thinking that he needed a spot and kind of overconfident about his lifting. I mean he knew what he was doing. I think he was a football player at Rockford University, so
Yeah.
he knew what he was doing, but it was just not kind of in the pump and not really thinking about
Yo,
it.
you getting
know?
those free weights,
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. He's just in his pump and not really thinking about it. And
You had the headphones in too, or what?
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember, but I just remember his face turning red and like
He
his
was
eyes were
straining.
popping out, and I was like, "Oh my God, I better save this guy's life right now."
Yeah, go CPR real
Yeah,
quick.
that would have been bad.
Oh man.
That would
Yeah,
have been bad.
that's crazy. I think
Yeah, we all have to take CPR training at Peak
yeah.
Fitness, but I
Oh
would
yeah.
never have had to.
Well,
I mean, I never thought
for
that I would have ever had to use it. You know?
no, for
Yeah,
lifting weights,
yeah,
right? I it seems like once a month or something, I always see someone forget the clamps and just dump the weights,
yeah,
boof, boof. It's like, really? Nobody's figured this out
yeah,
yet?
yeah.
Come on.
And I don't know, I just like watching those videos too of people like trying to lift heavy, but they forget to put weights on the end, and it just like
Yeah,
falls over
yeah.
like on a squat or something like that. I
Oh, on
mean,
a squat,
as
mess
long
your
as
back up.
yeah, as long as people don't get hurt, it's funny. But if people get hurt,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I see, what would make sense is if you didn't put clamps on because you didn't have a spotter and then you had to dump the weight
yeah,
off and
yeah,
then get
yeah.
the
I've
weight
done
off
that
you.
before. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done that before.
But like I like when people just just straight fail and the bar goes over there.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they try to correct it and it's too late and the
Yeah.
other one goes. That's funny. So anyways, man, did you have any like plans or goals that you worked on for yourself for 2018 or for the business too?
So personally, I guess I'm an accountant by trade, so I have my CPA to study for. I have school that I need to go to back to in the fall. I'm going to Northern in the fall. So just
Are you
making
commuting
sure
or are you gonna live there?
I'm gonna commute,
Okay.
which is gonna be kind of a pain. But
Yeah.
my classes are only like a couple days a week, so
Yeah, yeah. Try to book them all on
yeah,
the same
yeah,
day. Yeah.
exactly. So that's kind of my personal plan for 2018. Just getting ready to be a CPA and be an accountant. As far as with the business, I don't make too many long-term goals just because like I mean it just like it doesn't really seem, how do I phrase this? It's a hobby right now, so it's not supposed to be like a business for me. I'm just trying to do it, so like
You having fun with
yeah,
it?
I'm having fun with it and just trying to like see what I like about it and things like that, and just trying to like come up with new things. It's all about trying and doing trial and error. So you try and you do it, and if people don't like it, then oh well, don't sweat it. Not everything's gonna work 100%, and you might have to tweak some meals and do different things, but you want to just do it, and that's the whole point of this whole thing, like especially like I mean with your
Oh yeah, it's
everything that you're
podcast.
doing. Yeah, I mean the podcast
No
and
profit. No,
yeah.
don't do it. Anybody listening that wants to do it, don't expect to make any
Like
money.
well, I mean like, but at least you're trying it and you're learning a lot,
It's
you're
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
you're learning what works and what doesn't work, and
Mm-hmm.
things that you can do to make it better. And it's a journey, it's fun. And if it doesn't work out, if PVC doesn't work out, I'm not gonna sweat it, but if it does, then that'd be
That'd be awesome.
awesome, right?
Yeah.
So
Any fitness related goals too, or are you pretty happy where you are right now?
I mean, I
Stop
kind of
skipping leg day.
yeah, I'm
No.
kind of in a cutting phase right now. I kind of just want to be like cut and stuff like that and be jacked, but I don't know. I like eating food too
Food's
much.
pretty good.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like food too much, so I don't know if that'll work out, but especially rice, man. It's hard to Asians to give up rice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you've been doing it your whole life,
doing
right?
it my whole life. I think I like get headaches now if I don't have like a cup of rice
It's
in
like
one day.
it's like people that are addicted to caffeine.
Yeah.
You're just addicted to the rice.
Yeah, exactly. So
Okay, so are you gonna have your own practice eventually then with the CPA thing? Is that the goal? Or have your own
very
plan-
long-term goal,
business? Yeah.
but almost every single time someone under a certain age tries to start a CPA firm, it goes under because it's just hard to like do that.
So what do they do? Do you like work
you
for
have-
like H&R Block or something? Or those aren't CPAs though,
No,
are they?
so I just interned for an accounting firm this semester called RSM. They formerly known as McGladry.
Okay.
But they were really good to me, and that firm is awesome. So just a firm like that, like a public accounting firm. I don't know if you've heard of like Big Four or like Deloitte and KPMG and all of that, but yeah, there's Deloitte, KPMG, Pricewaterhouse, and Ernst and Young. Sorry.
Do you know who
Um,
A&P is? Or
mm,
AP accounting, I mean?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's who I use.
Okay.
Mark Challenger, but
Okay.
he's CPA, same
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
His own
Yeah.
small
I mean,
thing.
there's a whole bunch of smaller firms too, but
Yeah,
like
those
just
are the big ones. You'd have
yeah,
to like
just a
work
firm.
for.
Yeah, and then Rockford, there's like Clifton Larson Allen and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
just there's a whole bunch of different firms I could work for.
You'd have to
Yeah.
start, right?
Yeah,
Just
I
work under
mean,
someone else.
that's kind of how you learn. I mean, in this profession, you learn by doing as well. So you go
Yeah.
out there, out to the field, and just
Almost volunteer, like
yeah.
it's like pennies that you're making, right? Compared to what you should be making, right?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You put in a lot of work, but it's a really rewarding profession. So,
And
hmm
there's downtime too, though, right? I mean,
yeah,
where you're not working
hmm
60 hours a week or something.
yeah. I mean, you got to find some downtime for
Yeah.
yourself, for
You gotta find
friends,
some
and
balance. So
yeah,
you're gonna get shredded. You're gonna get that
yeah,
CPA
yeah.
done. And then what's the end goal, man? Are you gonna stay here, or are you trying to get out of here and move, or what are you thinking? Like
Not
the
sure. I'm not
long
sure
haul.
yet. Just playing it by ear. I'm not really a long-term guy
So
as
you're
of
not
right
thinking,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking like.
So you don't have like a 5-year plan and then a 10-year or any of that, or
I think it's hard to have those plans because one, it's like it's hard to predict the future, and two,
hmm
like if something goes wrong, it's easy to get really like put down and disappointed by those
oh
like
yeah,
not meeting fulfilling those plans, So I'm not saying that don't have your goals and stuff, but I mean have your goals, but also have in mind that like anything can change. Be open minded and always take your opportunities and use them in the right way. Don't forego opportunities because you're afraid to stray away from your goal,
oh
from your
yeah.
future.
You change your
Yeah.
mind, dude. I mean, I had the trucking business for like 5 years, and the last year I was like, you know what? I'm not interested in this anymore. I don't even want
Right.
to do it. Change my mind
Yeah.
completely. So it
So,
happens. Okay, last thing. Do you have any shout outs or anyone you want to shout out to or say what's up or share your social media info on here or any of that?
yeah, I mean, you guys can go and like my Facebook. That's probably where you'll get most of like stuff going on with PVC and stuff like that. So it'd be at PVC Meals. Um,
On Instagram or Facebook? I'm sorry, it's Facebook,
Facebook,
right? Yeah.
I think we're at PVC underscore prep on Instagram.
Okay.
Um,
Are the menus on there too on Facebook
Menus
or?
on Facebook, yep. Menus on my website too, pvcprep.com. So that you can reach me any other way. I'm happy to answer any types of questions or anything like that. Not a nutritionist, so don't ask me for like nutrition advice or anything like that. But I mean, if you guys need like a way for me to point you into the right direction or anything like that, I can help do that. And shout out to you know, all the normal guys, Mike, Josh, and all of them for all of the knowledge that they've given me. And
The Peak Crew?
yeah, the Peak Crew. And shout out to who else? Shout out to my parents for giving me the tools that I need to succeed. Shout out
Yeah.
to Ruben for being that side guy there for helping me out with PVC a lot.
Yeah.
He's been my right hand guy for the last few weeks, so he's helped a lot, definitely.
And he's not getting like a lot of credit. I mean, I don't see a lot of posts, so that's good. He's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
just doing it, helping out,
yeah,
right?
he's
Doing
helping out a lot, so I really appreciate that. He kind of stepped in there when I didn't really have anyone else to come help. So, and then yeah, I mean, all of my customers, I appreciate everybody for letting me kind of help them with their healthy lifestyle journeys, and yeah, I think that's about it.
Sweet, dude. Well, hey, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for coming out, Mickey.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
All right.